My community experience, I chose to go to an Alcohol Anonymous meeting in Provo, and it was held at the community church on University. I learned a lot of things just by attending this meeting, and one of the big things that I learned is that not all alcoholics fall under the same stereotypical category that we put them under. Like, I had always assumed alcoholics were unkept. Maybe they were unemployed and they weren't very religious. But as I was going through this meeting, they constantly were talking about God and a higher power and how this could help them through their journey, and that it wasn't just a physical journey, but it was also spiritual, and that they needed this higher power to help them out of their addiction. Another thing that I learned is, I really liked a saying that they would say is progress, not perfection. They would always say that, and when they went up and spoke, and that's really true, that we have to take things one day at a time, and we can't expect to be perfect all at once. So being a teacher, I think this information and just like having this experience can help me a lot, because as I went to this meeting, I felt like, before I even went into the room, I felt like anxiety, and I was nervous because I was not going to be the majority, and I was the minority in this situation, and I was just nervous. I didn't know how it was go. I was not used to this. This was not something that was in my comfort zone. And I realized that when I'm a teacher, there are students that are going to feel exactly like I felt. When they walk into my classroom, maybe it's the first day or maybe it's the middle of the semester, and they are not going to feel comfortable. They're going to feel nervous, and they're going to feel anxiety. And maybe that is because they are not part of the majority. They are the minority, and they don't fit in with their classmates, and they don't feel comfortable. And so I think a good way to help is that I know how that feels now, and I need them to help them feel more comfortable, and because it's important to have a comfortable learning environment, or else they're not going to be able to learn as effectively. Another thing I learned that I was going to help really as an educator is as the people would go up and talk, they never relied just on themselves. They had their sponsors, they had their AA members that helped them. They were not going to do this alone. They had people to help them. And I think that's something that I really want to incorporate in my classroom, that no student has to be alone or do something by themselves. They can have the support of me as a teacher, or even their classmates, to help them and support them in times that they need. And I think that was really awesome that all these members knew that they weren't alone in their struggle, and that they could call on any one of those people to help them out in a time that they needed. So overall, this is a really great experience, and I learned a lot, and experienced and felt different, and I was out of my comfort zone, and I really enjoyed it.